was just wondering if you were coming over with Andrew later today. I'm only asking because I actually just ran out of coffee at the house and was wondering if you could pick me up some on your way over.
Are you really asking me to run little errands for you after I've just gotten engaged?
I only asked for you to do something since you'd be on the way. I mean, are you going to want coffee when you get over here? Actually, now that you mention it though, maybe pick up some other drinks so that we can all celebrate too. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Oh, right. And also, I placed an order at the one chicken place that's on the way from your place to here, so go ahead and stop there and get that for me too. And also, after that, can you go to the corner store across the street from the house and get me a couple packs of cigarettes?
Hold on just a second. Andrew and I were coming over to the house so that we could celebrate us getting engaged. I'm not trying to be rude, but I feel like we're kind of like guests in this moment. So maybe you could not ask us to run all these errands?
Oh yeah! That reminds me, you should also go and pick up something for us to have as dessert too.
Okay, fine. I'll go and get all your stuff, but that means that I probably won't be able to make it over for at least another hour.
Wow. I still just can't believe that you're getting married. I mean, you've been single your whole life. I was starting to think that you were never going to find anyone.
Well, it's not like I wanted to be single that whole time. But yes, I feel very lucky that I found someone who I want to marry now. What about you, Maggie? Are you seeing anyone or anything like that?
Nah, I don't want to get married because then that means I'd have to move out of Mom and Dad's place. Besides, I've actually really been enjoying my job and don't want to get married at the moment.
I see. But I feel like you've always kind of been like that, right? I guess we're all different though, so it's not a big deal.
Well, what about you and Andrew? You guys have only been dating for less than a year, right? Are you sure that he's the one?
I mean, it's a bit too late to be asking me that question now, don't you think? But yes, I'm very sure that he's the one. He's just so kind of honest.
Is that really what you think? Because I know that I've only met him once before, but thought he was kind of shady, to be honest.
You thought that Andrew was shady? How so? What makes you say that?
I guess I don't really have any proof of what I meant, but I guess maybe just looking at his style? But also because you two just haven't been dating all that long, you know? I guess I'm just not sure why you two are engaged.
Maggie, what are you talking about? You aren't honestly this worried about him, are you? I mean, we've already arranged our wedding venue and everything.
Well, that's why I think that you should make sure this is something you want to do before it's too late. I'm just giving my third-person perspective as a single woman. I mean, how many nice and honest men do you really think are out there in the world?
I'm not going to pretend like Andrew is perfect or anything. He has things that I'd like him to work on, of course. But I think that hopefully, after we come over tonight, you'll have had a chance to get to know him a little better.
I certainly hope so. But just don't be upset when my intuition turns out to be right.
Well, thank you for your input, but I guess we'll see after tonight, won't we? Andrew, just what the heck is going on? Are you drunk right now?
Of course I'm not drunk. This is just what we call having a little buzz. But anyway, let me just make one thing clear to you, okay? You're way past your prime, and you need to realize that I'm doing you a favor by getting married to you. I just want you to know that I'm a catch who could have whoever he wants, and I still chose you.
Is that... Andrew? You don't really feel that way about us, do you?
Of course that's how I really feel about us. The only reason I'm marrying you in the first place is because I figured it'll make my life easier to have someone to clean the house while I'm at work. Why do you think I ended up choosing someone like you? You really ought to be thanking me more often for this, you know?
But I just... How could you say those same words in front of my whole family? Especially after we just got engaged to be married.
And just what are they gonna do about it? They can't touch a hair on my head, I'm rich, remember? I even gave you that huge birthday present, but it wasn't any sweat off my brow. My whole family's stinking rich.
Andrew, are you even listening to yourself right now? I don't care if you're drunk or sober. What you're saying right now is just not acceptable.
Well, excuse me for getting honest when I get drunk. You know, I wasn't even gonna say anything to you about any of this, but now that we're engaged to be married, I guess that I could just come out and level with you.
You're terrible! I had no idea that you were such an awful person. I thought you were kind and sweet and honest about who you are.
What are you saying? That I'm not any of those things? I could be all those things, but I just wanted to let you know how I'm really feeling on the inside as well. And since we're going to be getting married, I just thought that I might tell you how I feel about us getting married is all.
I don't believe this. Even when we were alone, just the two of us, you never used to act this way with me. But to think that you would talk that way about me, in front of my own parents, say that I was just a leftover woman who no one would ever want.
There you go again, getting upset with me for just being honest with you. If you're worried about upsetting your parents, then just your existence was enough to do that.
You really are just the worst. I don't know what I ever saw in you. I knew that you had a bit of a problem with your drinking that I was hoping we could address over the years. But I don't even think you're all that drunk right now.
I told you that all I'm doing is speaking the truth. But come and try and blame me because you don't like what you're hearing. If anything, you should be grateful to me for being so honest with you. I mean, do you really not think that I couldn't get a younger girl to marry me if I wanted? Do you really think you were my only choice?
And just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that I am way too good for you, but I chose you anyway, and so you ought to be thanking me for doing so every single day.
But why should I have to thank you? A marriage should be a partnership between equals, not some kind of business transaction.
What are you, 5 years old or something? Do you really think that's ever how marriage has been? Besides, the fact of the matter is that my family is stinking rich and your family is dirt poor. I work for a huge company, and you're just a lowly wage slave at some tiny office. On every level, I am just better than you. If I wanted to, I could cancel our engagement, kick you to the curb, and no one would ever want to marry you ever again. But I could just go out and find a million girls willing to date me. Basically, it's not just you, but your whole family who should be kissing my shoes for the favor that I'm doing you all right now. But more than you, I just feel bad for your sister. She's so ugly that I can't see anyone, even someone as nice as me, lowering their standards to date her. So basically, I'm the only chance your family has to marry into a much better one. You all ought to have a little shrine to me with your little beads and stuff, you know?
Andrew, are you not embarrassed even slightly to be talking like this?
It isn't like I want to be saying all this to you, but you just gotta realize that I'm just gonna give you the harsh truth about us. You aren't really gonna try and blame me for being real with you, are you? Anyways, I think I'm gonna go to bed now, and when we move, we're gonna get a much better bed, got it?
I really just can't even believe you right now.
Well, you better start too, and you better fix your attitude too. You're almost 40 and are marrying someone like me. Don't ever forget just how much you owe me for my kindness. Oh, and tell your parents that I want them to start showing much more respect too.
If this is the way that you're going to behave, then I don't even want to get married, Andrew.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't want to marry you. You're a jerk, and I don't want to spend my life with you. Tomorrow we are going to start the process of canceling all of our wedding plans.
Whoa, settle down there. You can't be serious, right? Don't you realize what you're throwing away by doing this?
I can't see how I'm doing anything but saving my life from being controlled by you for doing this. I'm just glad that I found out the kind of person that you really are before it was too late.
Hold on a sec, you can't actually be serious about this, right? You really want to spend the rest of your life alone?
It would be better than spending the rest of it married to a total jerk like you. I'd rather spend the rest of my days all alone than have to ever be married to you, you jerk.
You old cow, you'll regret this. Nobody treats me like this. I'm gonna go to bed now, and tomorrow you better be here bright and early to apologize to me. You're probably just starting menopause and getting emotional or something. I'll give you some time to calm down.
I don't even know what to say to that, Andrew.
Hey, where are you? I thought I told you to be here this morning. You're not really gonna cancel all of our wedding plans, are you? You're supposed to be here apologizing to me.
And just what would that even accomplish now that I know the kind of person that you really are? Do you even realize just how badly you upset me yesterday?
Wait, no, hold on. I was drunk, okay? You can't actually be mad at me. You know that I wasn't being serious when I said that kind of stuff, but I'm being honest now when I say I didn't mean it, you know?
I already told you. I don't care whether you were drunk or sober. I am not going to forgive you for what you did.
But I just, look, I think I was just a little clumsy with my words. It was your sister, yeah, she was the one who kept pouring me all those drinks. This is her fault.
You know, Maggie has always been suspicious of you ever since she first met you. But I just couldn't see what she was seeing. But now I see what she did, and I've had enough of you. You're just the worst! I want you out of the house! Right now!
But oh god, you're kidding me. Well, fine then, okay? We won't get married, how do you like that? But just know that nobody's ever gonna want to marry you ever again.
Hey, Andrew! Super sorry to bug you, but this is Maggie. I just wanted to say that I was thinking about it yesterday and I realized you're also a dude way past his prime, aren't you? I mean, aren't you in your 40s already?
Excuse me?
I just mean that you keep going on about what an amazing catch you are and how you could have anyone you want, right?
What the heck? Since when is any of that your business, huh? I'll have you know that I'm the best worker in my entire office. And all the young ladies that work there love me, thank you very much.
Wow, that is actually kind of sad if you really believe that. I mean, you may be in your 40s, but it's like your brain is stuck in middle school. Maybe you should go and get some therapy for all that unchecked narcissism that you seem to have.
You little brats, how dare you talk to me like that? Do you even know who I am?
Not really, no, should I? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're just some guy with a bad sense of style and nasty drinking habit.
You little punk, how dare you talk to me like that? Who do you think you are?
Are you even older than 40? You don't seem to know who you are, or I am. Maybe you have Alzheimer's. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you some news.
What the heck are you going on about this time? What news are you talking about?
Well, I recorded a little video of the rant that you went on last night. The video and audio is all super clear.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, I filmed you talking to my family about what an amazing guy you were and how lucky Susie was to have you since no one would ever want to marry her. Anyways, I took that video and went ahead and uploaded it on all my channels.
What do you mean? Why would you do something like that?
Well, while you were giving that little speech, I asked how you'd like it if the whole internet knew you were saying this. You said that you didn't care if you went viral because it just meant that more women would fall in love with you. So you basically gave me permission to do what I did.
But that's not fair, okay? I was drunk yesterday. You can't just take things I've said like that as my consent.
Were you really even that drunk? You started that rant as soon as we all said cheers and started on our first drinks. I really don't think that a guy your age and in your shape is getting that drunk off one little sip.
You take down that video right this instant, I am serious. That isn't the person who I really am.
Ah, okay. I guess I'll look into that. See ya!
All of our wedding plans are canceled and I've gotten rid of your ring. From here on out, you were nothing to me.
You won't get away with this. I've already told everyone that I'm getting married. We made reservations. What am I supposed to do about all that?
I canceled what I had booked under my name and I recommend that you do the same. You might be able to get out of paying any heavy fees if you do it all right now.
You think I'm gonna pay a cent to anyone if there isn't gonna be a wedding? Besides, you call off the engagement, you pay.
I can do that. But then I suppose I can collect the money back from you, yes?
What are you talking about?
I mean, with that video of you out there now, I just think it'd be wise to settle with me now.
I don't believe it. You can't be serious, right?
Well, just think of what would happen if your job found out that you behaved this way. You would probably be fired, right? So you can either pay me all the money I've just spent canceling my things, or I can send this to your office.
You can't be serious. You wouldn't do something like that, would you?
I haven't yet, but I have no problem in doing so.
Oh, come on. You're really gonna come after my job, too? Why would you do that? Okay, fine. The wedding is off, and I'll pay whatever fees there are. Just please don't send that video to my office.
Alright, well, I don't actually have any control of that. In fact, I think Maggie has been doing her best to make the video go viral.
But then, what's going on?
What's going on is that you might notice all the young women in the office who you thought were in love with you are actually going to be disgusted by you now.
You old cow, you think this is really gonna fix anything for you? You'll still die all alone!
Maybe, but I can't see things going much better for you, so... have a nice life. After that, we finally kicked Andrew out of my parents' house where this had all taken place. Andrew tried to quit his company before the video reached anyone there, but it had already spread all over the internet, and he ended up quitting his job in shame. After that, it came to light that several women in the office had filed complaints with HR about harassment from Andrew. Losing his job didn't mean that Andrew was off the hook yet, though, as he still had to pay all the cancellation fees. The bills piled so high that one night he drove off and moved away. I hear that he just went to go hide at his parents' house, though. This was all years ago, though, and I've since found a new boyfriend who just proposed to me. He even got the seal of approval from my sister, and I can't wait to be married to him.